an Enemy. We started on last week, and so we should kind of pick back up on that on today as well. And I'm just going to give you just a quick review of what we started on last week. And, of course, we shall continue on today. But, of course, if you do need a Bible, the ushers are in the aisle, and they would be more than happy to minister one to you. So if you're in need of a Bible today, just raise your hand, and they would be more than happy to minister one unto you. Amen. Well, look at your neighbor and say, welcome to Winning in Life. Our 75-minute service geared just for you in mind. Do I got any winners? Oh, yes. Well, y'all sound a little bit weak. I need to ask that question again. Do we got any winners in the house? Any winners whatsoever? All right. You sound a little bit better. The purpose of an enemy, we talked about last week, and we had begun. We said that when we speak about enemies, we're not talking about hangnails or red lights that don't turn green fast and not fast enough, or habits like leaving your socks on the bathroom floor. But when we talk about enemies, we mean that an enemy is a circumstance, any person, any deep-seated sin or crippling character flaw, really anything the devil can dream up that threatens the completion of God's purpose for your life. We said that it's so important that we realize who the enemy is, because he is after our purpose. And that was one of the main things that he's after. Because if I can steal your purpose, I can steal your destiny. If I can steal your destiny, I can ultimately steal your life. We said that we had to come to the realization that God has something planned for each of us, but the enemy don't like it. And so we said, so Satan, our enemy, wants to ensure that the purpose of God are not accomplished. We said that he will use whoever and whatever to deter us from our purpose in life. And then we went on and we started off with 12 things you should do on purpose. We kind of begin to go into a practical aspect of the things that we should do on purpose, because we know that the enemy is after our purpose. So I need to know everything I can about purpose. And so we started with practical issues that we need to realize. We said in order to really rob the grave of his greatness, you and I must decide to live life on purpose, not by accident. And then we went on to say that you must have a concrete decision that the actions we take will be wrapped with wisdom and insight, that everything we do will align itself in some way with where we're going. We said that decisions act like earthquake in a sense, because earthquake has tremors. And so many times when you make a decision in your life, there is always an after effect or after a shock that takes place. And so we said that don't be governed, don't be moved by, your decisions or the tremors in life, because that's just a part of life. And so we said that many times you make some decisions in your life 5 years ago that you may be actually feeling tremors of today. And then we went on, we started actually with number 1. We said choose your associates and MMGs on purpose. And the acronym for MMG was mastermind group. You got a mastermind group that's assigned to you. We said that you have to have a reason why you surround yourself with the people that you do, because either people will attract to your life or subtract from your life. We said don't let anybody delay your date with destiny. We said that every person in your mastermind group should be pushing you, developing you, strengthening you toward greatness, toward financial excellence, and toward your destiny. Number 2 was, we said to network and meet new people on purpose. We said that you must realize that 50% of the people that you have not met yet have something to contribute to your life. There are 50% of people out there that you have not even met yet, who you have not allowed in your circle. And so we said that in order for you to go to the next level in God, you've got to realize that there is 50% of people out there that you don't even know yet. Then number 3, we said to give and sow into other people's lives on purpose. We said to whom much is given, much is required. In order to receive much, you must first give much. He who sows little will get little, but he who gives a lot gets a lot. And then number 4, we said to educate yourself on your topic on purpose. We said that pursuit is a proof of passion. If you have no passion, you have no purpose in a particular thing. And number 5, we said to master your gifting on purpose. We said their gift goes unmaximized because they do not put their knowledge into consistent practice. So in order for me to master my gifting, I've got to actually put it into practice. And then number 6, we said seek mentors and mentees to develop you on purpose. Remember, we talked about 12 facts you should know about uncommon mentors. We said that you need multiple mentors in different areas of your life, financial, spiritual, professional, etc. We said to find someone who can help you cut your learning curve and find someone whose learning curve you can cut. And so today we're going to pick up on number 7, and it is plan your life 1 year at a time, but live your life 1 day at a time on purpose. Plan your life 1 day at a time, but live your life 1 day at a time on purpose. If you invest nothing in tomorrow, today you will have nothing on tomorrow. So I've got to actually calculate my day, calculate my hours, because if you invest nothing in tomorrow today, you will have nothing today. Number 8 is select your jobs and dreams on purpose. Pick jobs and careers that are in line with your purpose. Number 9 is take consistent daily action on purpose. Take consistent daily action on purpose. Decide that you're going to be consistent, be a consistent person, and your life will change radically. Number 10 is share your gift with the world on purpose. And so many times people are just busy kind of tuning their instruments without playing any music. But you can't just be left tuning your instrument without playing any music. So you got to share your life with the world on purpose. And then number 11, be thankful to the Creator for your purpose on purpose. Be thankful to the Creator for your purpose on purpose. So I got to be thankful for where I am. I got to be thankful in the condition I am on purpose. There is a purpose behind every victory, behind every valley, behind every mountaintop, every valley low, every success, and every storm. In every situation that I am in life is working something inside of me. So for every valley experience that I am in, every success that I'm walking in, it is working for my good. Now, I know you think that, if something is not, favorably, or something that is not really good is really working, and working out for me, that can't be good. But I've learned that God will use the horrible things in life to work out something good in your life. So you've got to be thankful for everything. Not just 1 or 2 things, not just when, everything is looking good and your bank account is looking the way you want it to look. But you got to be thankful for everything in every situation, because what it is developing you. It's causing you to stretch to a place that you never stretched before. How many of you know that if everything is absolutely wonderful, you would strive to do anything extra, anything better? You just be so content with where you are. So that's why you got to welcome the Judases in your life. People that's critical, people that's going to talk about you, people that don't like you, you've got to welcome them in your life. Jesus knew that there was going to be a Judas. He handpicked him. There's some enemies that God has handpicked for you. He named them by name. He has a purpose in them being a Judas in your life. You can't run from your Judases. You got to welcome them, because they come to serve a purpose in your life. I believe that anything that come into my life, God brought it. God can use it. Whatever he brings into my life, whatever I'm confronted with at that particular time in my life, I believe that it's something that I need to learn from this lesson. But what we do is we run from it instead of just, standing up right in front of the giant in his face and say, come on with it. Do what you got to do. I'm still going to stand. I'm still going to, be all that God's want me to be. I'm still not going, I'm not going to fall. I'm not going to crumble. I'm not going to just kind of cradle up. You know how sometimes people just kind of just get in a cradle position and they kind of want to go back to when they was little old bitty babies and just kind of cradle up and no, come out the cradle. Come out the fetal position. Stretch your legs out. Stretch your arms out. Get off the floor of defeat. Stand up to the enemy. Look him straight in the eye and let him know that you are not going to win. Look him straight in the eye and say, what you thought was going to take me out is only going to take me to my next promotion. What you thought was going to devastate me is actually building a backbone in me that I never had before. What you thought was going to intimidate me is causing me to have so much strength that I choose not to be intimidated, but to intimidate you. So I welcome my criticism. I welcome my Judases in my life because I know that they're working something inside of me that I would never be able to experience if they was never in my life. How many of you can really think back and just think about folks that was in your life that causes you to be who you are today? And if they was not in your life, you would not be in the position that you're in to fight with all tenacity. And then look back and say, God, because you did it then, I know you're going to do it now. And so all they did was got testimonies under my belt. I just been receiving testimonies one by one. I just been putting them in my belt. And so when the enemy shall come to try to destroy me, I got a testimony. This happened in 1995, but look what God did. This happened in 1982, but look what God did. This happened last week, but look what God did. I've got the testimony. I've got the proof that God will see you through. I've got the proof, the living proof. I ain't got nobody else's testimonies. I ain't got nobody else's judgment on the fact. I got my own. It's in my belt. It's my proof of the faithfulness of God. It's my proof that I can outlast the devil. Because if he did it in 1982, if he did it in 1984, if he did it last week, surely he'll do it again today. And because of that, I can stand still and know the salvation of the Lord is at hand. Right now, it's at hand. Look at your neighbor and say, right now. It is. So number 11, you got to be thankful to the Creator for your purpose on purpose. There is a purpose behind every victory, behind every enemy, behind every failure, behind every mountaintop, behind every storm. There is a purpose. I must realize that all things that happen to us are trying to teach us something significant about life. That this too shall pass. How many of you know that life goes on? People die, life goes on. People leave you, life goes on. People abandon you, but life goes on. Life does go on. Number 12, you got to play with the cards that you was issued on purpose. Play with the cards that you was issued on purpose. You was dealt a deck of playing cards called gifts, talents, ideas, abilities, and skills when you was dropped on the earth. So you got to focus on your cards, on your deck, instead of other folks' decks. The more time we focus on other cards, other folks' cards, the less time we spend strategizing, planning, and preparing for our own success. Because I'm so busy looking at your deck. How many have ever played card and you try to, you're playing cards and you just try to, people look big and look over and see what's in their deck? because you're trying to win the game. You want to know what card I need to play next in order to get an advantage over you. I'm here to tell you, you don't need to look at nobody else's hand. You don't need nobody else's deck. The deck that God has given you is enough for you to win in life. I don't need to cheat and look and see what's in your hand, because what's in your hand is not for me, it's for you. So I can't win what's in your deck of cards. I only can win what's in mine. That's why I can just be myself. That's why I can just do me, love me, be me, embrace me, and not try to be somebody else. Because with the cards that God has given me is specifically designed for me. Every gift, every talent, every ability has been given into my possession. And as long as I embrace my deck of cards, I'm going to be all right. Look at your neighbor and say, play with what's in your own hand. So I can't focus on other people's cards. I got to focus on my mind. Play with the cards you was dealt. Stop feeling cheated in life. There's a whole lot of folks that feel cheated in life. God, why you do this to me? Why he got that, she got that. She got the man that I need. She don't know what to do with him. And so we feel cheated in life. God, what happened to me? What's up, God? What's up? Did you forget about me? And so many times people will walk throughout their journey of life feeling far sorry for themselves because they feel that they have been jetted, cheated. Not fair. I don't deserve that. You live long enough, you'll figure out you don't deserve a whole lot of stuff you get, but you get it. But you just deal with it. You just deal with it. I mean, you don't get all depressed about it and, just kind of fall out of life because you didn't get what you felt like you should get. Or, you didn't get what you thought that you should have got. Somebody else got it. And you felt like you were more qualified to get it. No, you just deal with it. That's part of life. How many know that life has ups and downs? It got all type of curveballs. I tell you, it got all type of curveballs. The enemy will throw a ball at you. God will throw a curveball at you. I mean, and you got to know how to just stand in position with the bat. Because a curveball may come low, it may come high. So you just got to take the bat. And you got to know how to aim it. Sometime it may come low, but sometime it may come high. However it comes, you got to stay in position. However God want to throw it, however the enemy want to throw it, I'm in position. Now, I don't know a whole lot about football. Matter of fact, I didn't even mean to say none of that. I don't know nothing about football, basketball, baseball. What is it? Baseball. I didn't even know what sport it is. I just know a bat is involved. Baseball. So no matter what the enemy would try to throw at you. Now, I know enough by watching from observation is that they just don't stand any type of way and hit the ball. They don't normally just kind of hit the ball like this or like this. They got to be in a certain position. And I'm sure the trainer lets them know now, in order for you to be really at a good aim and to really be solid, you got to have your feet planted. And there is a position that you've got to take for when the umpire throw the ball, you've got to be in that position to be able to swing the bat. The enemy would love to take you off a position and get you out of your designed place. Because if he can do that when the trial comes, When the situation come, you will not be anchored. You'll be all flipped up, and your feet will be all I ain't never seen no baseball hitter hit the ball just like this, just kind of like no. He's standing, and his feet is in a certain position. If his feet is not in that position, most likely he will not be able to swing and hit that bat with determination. The strength of my position determines the strength of my hit. The strength of my position determines the strength of my hit, and ultimately whether I hit the ball out the court or the ball just flumble up and come back down. I play to win. I play to hit the ball out the court. So you've got to learn to be in position to swing. How many have been hit with some stuff that you didn't even know was coming? You didn't even know where that ball came from. Matter of fact, you didn't even know one was coming. All of a sudden, you were just going along your way, and all of a sudden, come a ball. And it almost kind of like knock you out. And then you kind of have to dust yourself a little bit and, kind of get back up again and say, all right, let's try this one more time. God, I can do it. God, I trust you. Whatever the enemy may throw, I'm able to aim. I'm able to knock it out the court. This not going to knock me out. I'm going to knock it out the court. I'm going to swing with everything I got. With every word I got. With every prophecy I got. With every revelation I got. I'm going to swing with everything I got because I'm getting ready to hit this once and for all out of the court. Look at your neighbor and say, swing with all you got. You got to realize you got the best hand that was made for you. The best hand. Tailor-made just with you in mind. You got to use your cards and play the game and play it to win. I thought about the story of Ruth and Naomi, how she played to win. Ruth had left Moab for Bethlehem to follow her mother-in-law, Naomi. She had no job, didn't know nobody in Bethlehem, no familiar relationships to draw from, but she said, I'm going to obey this woman because I believe that God have assigned me to her. The Bible explains that she ends up in Boaz's field at the recommendation of Naomi, who at the moment is trying to not go hungry. She said, girl, you go out there and get us some food. She said, you go out there and get us some food because we got to survive. And so she was obedient to Naomi, and she went out in the field. But I don't believe that Naomi placed her in the field. I believe it was God that placed her in the field. When she stepped on the field to glean some leftovers, she stepped right into purpose. When she stepped on the field to glean the leftovers, she stepped right into purpose. Y'all don't need to complain about no leftovers. God will use leftovers to take you to your destiny. When she stepped on the field, she stepped right into purpose. That's why you got to stay in your place. Because if you get out of your place, you get out of your grace. Stay in your place so you can stay in your grace. When she stepped on the field to glean some leftovers, she stepped into purpose. Boaz saw her, and he was moved to instruct his hired men to leave extra. He said, now fellas, don't leave everything. I mean, don't pick up everything, but leave something. Just leave a handfuls on purpose. Leave handfuls on purpose. Everything that happened to Ruth was pushing her into God's purpose. The enemy thought that he was pushing her into defeat, but God was pushing her into her purpose. And what looked like a defeat turned out to be God's hand maneuvering Ruth into her divine purpose. Your place may not look like the place, but you got to guard your place because it's a gift from God. That's why you can't give up your place. And then you got to pay attention to those who have access to your place. Don't stop at where you are as if it was your destination. It may be the transportation that leads you to your destination. Ruth must have thought, this is my final destination, taking care of this old woman, Naomi. This got to be it. But God had a future for her that she did not see. Don't stop at where you are as if it was your destination. It may be the transportation that lead you to the destination. Naomi was only a transport to take her to her destination. Now, Boaz took the workers and he said, I want you to drop handfuls of wheat on purpose for Ruth. God has dropped handfuls on purpose for you. In your future, God has dropped favor. He done dropped some promotion. He done dropped some increase. And all you got to do is stay on the field. Because as you are obedient to God, you will walk into your purpose. And so I'm sure she went home that night and I'm sure Naomi must have said, girl, how did you get all this wheat? What happened? And I'm sure she must have kind of scratched her head and say, Mom, I don't know. All I know is that I was on the field walking. And all of a sudden, here was these handfuls of purpose right before me. I don't know where they came from. I can't predict where they came from. I didn't do anything. How many know that sometimes you ain't got to do nothing? If you're in God's will, you just walk on. And God will provide. And so she was just walking along her way, one minding nobody, and all of a sudden, all those leftovers begin to be gleams of barley, huge pieces. What was once a leftover have been turned into a supply that she didn't even know even existed for her. But as she stayed on the road of purpose, she began to pick up handfuls of purpose. I want you to know whatever road you're on today, God has promotion in front of you. He's got supply in front of you. He's got success in front of you. Just stay on the road. Don't look back. Don't fall. Don't get defeated. Don't get weak. Don't crumble. But stay on purpose. As you stay on purpose, promotion comes. Not from the east or the west, but from God. Man ain't got to do nothing with it. He ain't got nothing to do with it. When God got something for you, it is for you. When God got something for you, the enemy can't prevail and take it from you. So you just stay walking in your lane. All of a sudden, she started seeing all this wheat lying in front of her. Now think about it. She didn't have to struggle no more. All she had to do was pick up the wheat piles left for her. You have no idea the great things God has dropped in your future. The enemy's job is to lie and tell you nothing is good in store for you. You will never accomplish your dream. Extraordinary things begin to happen to Ruth. She received blessing that she did not have to work for. All of a sudden, you get some breaks that you don't even deserve. Promoted, thrust back into the front of the line. You thought that you was pushed back, but God said, I'm going to thrust you back. Now, Ruth was content with what she had, but God had a bigger plan. He didn't want her to spend her life working in the field. God wanted her to own the field. He wanted to do more than just meet her needs. God wants you to be more than what you are. God wants you to be the one to set a new standard in your family. After she married Boaz, the workers she once followed into the field became Ruth's employees. One Boaz in your life will go from working in the field to owning the field. You'll go from being the receptionist to being the vice president. You'll go from cleaning the equipment to owning the equipment. How? It's just God's favor. Another handful of purpose. And then we know the story that Ruth became the mother of Obed and the grandmother of King David, an ancestor of Jesus Christ. If you stay on purpose, God will elevate you to new heights that you didn't even know exist. If you stay on purpose, God will promote you. And those that led you, you are now leading them. You become the CEO or the president. Whatever you believe it for, you become the supervisor. Whatever you believe in for, as you be faithful and do what God called you to do, just get in line. Stay on purpose. Stay on the field. And watch the handfuls of purpose begin to emerge seemingly nowhere. Seemingly nowhere. But God got some things in store for you that you can't even imagine. Things that you can't see with the naked eye. Things that you can't even comprehend with your infant mind. God has some things in store for you. Stay on purpose. Stay in the field. Be faithful to God. Do what he calls you to do, no matter how little or how large it is. And watch God take you to a new place that you've never been before. Promote you to a new place that had your name on it all the time. But you never did even know it. But because you was lined up in purpose, because you was doing purpose, that's why you can't allow the enemy to defeat you and steal your purpose from you. Because in my purpose is my provision. If I get out of my purpose, I get out of my provision. Provision. Stay on purpose. Do purpose. And allow God to elevate you to new heights that you've never been before. Do I got any people that's living on purpose? No, you ain't no accident. No, you ain't no misfit. Know that your life has been designed by purpose, on purpose, to complete purpose. Not just for who you know right now. Remember, there's 50 folks out there, 50% folks out there that you don't even know yet. That's been a call to help you fulfill your purpose. Go find them. Go find them. And allow God to use them to elevate you and take you to a new place. Well, our time is up. Let's give the Lord a hand clap of praise. Hallelujah.